Guruji, tell me about the Sethupathis of Ramanathapuram. I've heard they were brave warriors, but their legacy seems shrouded in layers of history.
Ah, the Sethupathis, a clan of immense courage and vision, yet burdened by the shadow of colonial rule. They hailed from the Marawar community and governed Ramanathapuram since the 17th century, first as independent rulers and later under the suzerainty of the British through the Ararakot Nawab. Their story is one of resilience and sacrifice.
Who among them stands out the most?
Muthuramalinga Sethupathy, without a doubt. He became the ruler of Ramanathapuram when he was just 27 days old. His mother served as regent, and together, they faced challenges that would daunt even the most seasoned leaders.
Challenges? What kind?
To start with, the British and the Ararakot Nawab's dominance. Muthuramalinga Sethupathy dared to impose taxes on their goods to protect his people during a famine and fund the construction of a dam to alleviate water scarcity in his kingdom. For this audacity, he was branded a rebel, imprisoned at the age of 12, and held captive with his mother for 10 years.
And what about the dam he envisioned? Did it ever come to fruition?
Ah, Muthu Irulappa Pillai. He was not just a minister, he was the visionary behind the idea of reversing the water flow to save the Vagai River. His brilliance, dedication, and perseverance laid the foundation for what eventually became the Periyar Dam project.
Reversing water flow? That sounds extraordinary for that year.
Indeed, it was. During the time of the Pandya dynasty, the Vagai River flowed abundantly, sustaining life in the region. But after the dynasty's decline, the Cheras diverted its tributaries towards Kerala, leaving the eastern areas parched. When famine struck, Sethupathy commanded Pillai to investigate the cause and find a solution.
What did he discover?
Pillai traveled to the source of the Vagai, a daunting journey through mountainous terrain. There, he observed that a river named Periyar, with its tributary Mullai, flowed westward into Kerala. He realized that by constructing a dam and redirecting the Mullai's flow eastward, water could be restored to the Vagai and its dependent regions.
That's incredible. How did he proceed?
Pillai meticulously surveyed the terrain, collected technical data, and presented a detailed proposal to Sethupathy. His report outlined the feasibility of the dam and its potential to rejuvenate the region. Sethupathy, deeply moved by Pillai's findings, immediately approved the plan and urged him to proceed with implementation.
But surely, such a project required immense resources?
That was one of the hurdles. Pillai and Sethupathy faced severe financial constraints. Sethupathy argued that the exorbitant levies being paid to the British should instead fund the dam, but the British refused. Meanwhile, famine-stricken locals were being exploited by British merchants selling goods at outrageous prices.
So, the project stalled?
Temporarily, yes. When Sethupathy was imprisoned for his resistance, Pillai's work came to a halt. However, the meticulous groundwork he laid, his surveys, plans, and technical insights, proved invaluable. A century later, when Vijayaraghunatha Bhaskara Sethupathy revived the project, Pillai's vision became the guiding framework.
Did Vijayaraghunatha Bhaskara Sethupathy complete the project?
His grandson, Vijayaraghunatha Bhaskara Sethupathy, revived the dream nearly a century later. However, funding was a massive challenge. The British refused financial support, forcing Bhaskara Sethupathy to mortgage his kingdom's resources. Tragically, he too succumbed to bankruptcy and despair before completing the dam.
So, who eventually completed it?
The British engineer John Pennycuick, a capable man, no doubt. He took over when the project was in dire straits. Using even his own funds, he ensured its completion. But let me ask you this, Pushpadanta, in a relay race, do we credit only the final runner for the victory?
No, Guruji. Every runner's effort matters.
Precisely. The Sethupathis and their minister, Muthu Irulappa Pillai, were the unsung heroes who laid the foundation for the dam. Pennycuick may have finished the project, but the vision, groundwork, and sacrifices belonged to our own leaders.
Yet today, only Pennycuick's name echoes in history. Why?
A combination of colonial narratives, misplaced adulation, and our own failure to honor our ancestors' legacies. Even after independence, We clung to colonial glorifications, overlooking native contributions.
How do we rectify this?
By telling their stories, by giving credit where it's due, and by ensuring future generations know the true architects of our heritage.
Thank you for this lesson, Guruji. I'll strive to share these stories far and wide.
That is the best tribute you can pay to them, Pushpadanta. And before I forget, much of this narrative owes its depth to the meticulous research of Venkatasubramanian, who writes under the pen name Parasuram Sharma. We owe him our gratitude for illuminating this piece of history.
Indeed, Guruji. Thank you, Parasuram Sharma, for bringing this tale to light.